I like video games. I'm a bit of a gamer, if you will. I didn't play them that much when I was younger. My mom was pretty anti-video game at the time, but they were still a pretty formative part of who I am today. But as much as I enjoyed playing them, there was one thing I wanted to do more. Make them. I think I got the idea from my older brother. I had an older brother. Well, I mean, he's still around. I still have him. Hey, I have an older brother who would make video games in Flash. Here are the ones I remember. My favorite was The Legend of Helga. In case you couldn't tell, it's The Legend of Zelda, but in Flash. I'd creep up behind him. I really don't think he liked it. I would creep up behind him and watch as he made them. I asked him to teach me how it worked and, didn't quite stick. I refused to believe that I didn't comprehend it through some fault of my own. I'm pretty sure he was just lying to me. Despite how daunting it was, I was still determined to make a game. My first attempt was by reading a book. My younger brother and I would read it together every day. It did not work out. First and foremost, because I was a child attempting to teach myself programming. This was exacerbated by the fact that I didn't know how to write or compile code on a computer, so I had no way to practice. My plan was to read it, gain all the knowledge, and then somehow apply that down the line. Needless to say, this did not get very far. Later, when I was a teenager, that same older brother, he's still around. He was really nice, and he bought me a game engine. I can only assume this was to apologize for betraying and deceiving me in my youth. But you know what? Screw it. You're forgiven. For now. I used this to make a couple small projects, though I didn't get very far and I never finished any of them. My next attempt was in Godot. That's the way it's pronounced. Don't look it up, or I'll leak your IP address. I was planning to make sort of a 3D platformer / puzzle game called Box Girl, though in retrospect, I think that name might already be taken. I got a basic physics engine working, so you could walk around and jump, but that was about it. I made a 3D model for the main character, but I kinda lost steam trying to learn how to rig and animate it, so that's basically where that ended. So how'd I get into D&D? My friend tried to get me to play a game, and I said, "No thanks, nerd! 20-sided die? How about you 20-sided die in a ditch?" And then I did a kickflip and high-fived Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And then we kissed. Fast forward a couple years later, I was talking with some of my roommates, and one of them said, "You know, I'd love to see you DM sometime." And I said, "Yeah, okay." So it took 1 week to buy the starter pack, learn the rules, and plan a one-shot. So how'd it turn out? Pretty good. It was kind of just inside jokes and pop culture references. We had Shaquille O'Neal. It took place in Florida. One member got the phone number of Christopher Walken, the Ice Devil.
It will be so joyous.
The original one-shot I had planned ended up going about 3 or 4 sessions before it ended. So, do you guys want to keep going? And it became a 6-month-long campaign. Great experience. So where do these ideas collide? Well, one day, I was sitting in my room. You know that RPG maker I got a while back?
Yeah?
I think I could make D&D Combat Run in it.
Okay.
That was it. It wasn't that I thought I could do it well, or that the game engine would be well suited to this. It was more just that I thought it was possible and it might be fun to try. So basically, if it's bad, not my fault. I am immune to criticism.
Corbin, I swear if you're trying to read that book again...
I can make it work, I promise! I was pretty sure I knew everything I needed to make it happen going in. I was mistaken. My main goal was the combat, but how does it actually work? Hint, the answer is poorly. Normally in this engine, you'd use a damage formula in this box here. You'd use variables like the user's attack compared to the target's defense, and calculate damage based on that. This was not going to work. In case you're not familiar, combat, and frankly most of D&D, boils down to this. You roll a 20-sided die, you add a number called a modifier, and if that number is greater than or equal to a number called an AC or a DC, then you succeed at the thing you're trying to do. We need a random number generator and a conditional statement. Those are both pretty easy, but neither of them are going to fit in this box. I installed the plugin to get around this. It lets me call common events when a skill is used. Here, we run into the second problem. The built-in combat takes care of targeting for you. So, when you say, I want to hit the orc, it's built in to know which one is the orc. But we're no longer using the damage calculator. We're doing that on our own. So, I dug around in documentation to figure out how to find and access enemy attributes. Here's the basic rundown. The battle starts and a function rolls for initiative, changing each character's agility stat, which controls their turn in battle. Next, you pick all the actions for your team. When the skill activates, it tells the computer whose turn is starting. There's probably a better way to do this, and I'll come back to this later. Sets the appropriate stats, has you pick an enemy, does the rest of the math from there, and then tells the computer that the current player's turn is over. There are some exceptions, but that's the way it generally works. This little shit is the reason we have to keep track of turns. Little mechanic called Bardic Inspiration. Now I gotta keep track of who has it, how many are left, and if they want to use it after every fucking roll. Plus, now I have to handle bonus actions, and I don't even want to explain this one. Just watch the clip. I'm done explaining. What, this isn't good enough for you? Oh, you want some little Subway Surfers at the bottom? Want me put some 5-minute crafts off to the side? You disgust me. Okay, so that's how it works underneath the hood. Now I just gotta make a game out of it. I used to think this was more my forte, that I was more the artistic, creative type, but as it turns out, no. I prefer the mechanics. The good news is I did have something of a template already. I based the project on the first D&D one-shot I ever ran. Everything from the playable characters and locations to the plot and encounters are basically straight from that one-shot, with some references to some other campaigns. Actually, I think some of you watching this might read my sister's webcomic. No, not that one. Yeah, this one. She was a player character in a campaign I ran, and she wrote a short series about it. I highly recommend reading it. She's a really good writer, and if you do read it, there are a couple references I made to it. It's not totally one-to-one. Some playable characters are missing. Most of the NPCs are new. I tweaked one of the encounters to fit my needs more, but this provided a nice skeleton to build the game on. I think the worst part for me was the map design. I knew how the major areas connected, but filling everything in between and trying to not make it feel empty was really boring for me. My favorite part was making the NPCs. They're a blend of my, unique humor, with a lot of very specific references. That just left the finishing touches. I added some minigames. This one is so poorly optimized. It's a hot mess. I don't even want to get into the garbage that is the source code. Side note, this guy's character model and dialogue were originally placeholders, and then when it came time to actually make him make sense, I went, well, I'm out of ideas. I guess this is just the way you are now. Also, this guy is a cheating bastard. His game is basically blackjack, and I don't know how he does it, but whatever you roll, he always gets one higher. And I know he's not cheating, because I made him! The next thing I had to do was, oh wait. Oh no, that's it. I don't know why we're still here. The demo is done, but I don't know, I guess the next part isn't done yet. So, how's your day going?
This is actually like probably the second hardest fight in the game. This is a really hard fight. No, Rufus! Oh my god! He just has to miss this, and you just have to hit. Yeah, miss. Yes. No. Well, we'll have to start over, I suppose. Well, okay.
Oh my gosh, he's an elf. Did you draw him?
Yeah, that's why his nose looks so much worse than ever. I guess that's the first one you see, so it's not noticeably worse, but everyone else's faces look better.
It's noticeable, but I kind of like it.
It's bad.
It's like, it feels like good bad though. Like, this is intentionally bad.
No, I'm just.
But only slightly. Oh no. Oh no. No. Yes. Clarence! Nice pathfinding.
I didn't make it. It's built in.
Then it's terrible.
Okay.
Wait. See apples. What do sell the apples? Dang it. Can I sell the barrels? Take it.
Who are you selling them to?
The inn.
The inn? Oh.
Alright. Rusty key. Oh, there's the key. Who says it's for the dog? Maybe it's for something else.
Maybe it's for something else.
He can die. That's fine.
That's baldur.
Oh, never mind. We're screwed.
Okay. What bear? The bear? 10 gold? Oh my gosh.
It's an expensive bear. It's for a refined taste.
Indeed.
No! 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 Oh my gosh! Riveting gameplay. I mean, this combat so exciting.
This is standard.
Oh my gosh!
We've got another, I don't have gold to play with. Dadgummit.
Give me your gold.
Give me. What if I just, perchance, take your gold?
How do you get money?
We got a gold, and you know of 2 games at least that you can play for a gold that give you more.
They give me gold?
Yes, they said that.
They did?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Yes. Broski, this is super curse. LOL.
What NPCs can you think of, and what do they want?
I don't know, I forgot them all already. I have a fish now, I can drink it.
What were your thoughts?
Honestly, I think I like it way better than other people will because I know everything.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, dude, that was fun.
Thank you.